Hi there, folks. My name's NovaWrap24, and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are on a Sunday, the 19th of September 2021, for another action-packed week for the simulation world, and we're going to jump straight into it with the latest news for those who are in league with the helicopter mafia. And of course, we're going to jump in with Microsoft Flight Simulator and the release this week of the Robinson R44 for Microsoft Flight Simulator from Rotor Sim Pilot. Now, this comes to us with quite a very strong background here, because it's backed not only by Rotor Sim Pilot but also by Fred Nahr, the infamous, very famous and very well respected Fred Nahr of the simulated helicopter world, and the developer behind Airland Flight Simulator, which is a flight simulator which is coming on the horizon for you Rotorhead fanatics. Now, this comes to a release as a alpha release, so it is probably best to sort of lead this off by saying it is very much an alpha release, and there's a lot of work still to be done on it. But it follows the line established by Flying Side with their Bell 47 by using a completely external flight model for the aircraft. So if you just drop it into your sim and don't read the instructions, it is not going to work. That's probably the first thing I'd like to sort of tell you for that one. But as I said, it does use a fully external flight model for this one, and which is powered by Airland Flight Simulator as well. So that's another big feature on here. But gives a beautiful, highly detailed rendition of the Robinson R44 Raven 2. But the developers do stress that it is very much an alpha release, and while it is flyable, it is usable, and it is very, very strong. It is got a very strong set of flight dynamics here for a lot of very accurate flight dynamics. There is still a lot of work to do, both in terms of flight dynamics, system simulation, and modeling as well. But sort of speaking with the Don of the helicopter mafia himself, Sergio from heli7.com, he is very, very pleased with it and excited by it, and comes highly recommended. So this is a freeware project available free from flightsim.to, available now. Continuing on with aircraft releases, this time from developer Airplane Heaven, have released their latest Microsoft Flight Simulator product by releasing their rendition of the Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1A. So, of course, you can probably tell, it is one of the very much an early model of the Spitfire, but will be the one that is potentially maybe not the most visually recognized, but is definitely the one that is possibly the most etched in the minds of people the most. Because, of course, the Mark 1A was the one that bore the brunt of Spitfire operations during the Battle of Britain during the summer of 1940. So the Airplane Heaven brought this aircraft over from Legacy Sims and have updated it for Microsoft Flight Simulator by giving us a highly detailed 3D model, both internally and externally, with a fully authentic detailed cockpit with unique animations. Includes a custom sort of highly accurate systems modeling as well, along with a modern avionics suite as well, if you do prefer to have some of your mod cons for your system as well. Includes custom flight dynamics behavior as well, along with a highly detailed professional sounding and Merlin 2 engine sound set with updated accurate flight dynamics and performance specifications of the real aircraft as well. Includes a functional exterior battery cart, which is a mandatory for starting the aircraft as well. So there's a couple of nice little tricks in here, along with a large number of with 6 authentic liveries for the aircraft as well. Look, overall, it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't have this aircraft at the moment, but looking through the sort of publicity shots, it looks pretty good. But the only thing is, it's coming in at $33, which makes it pretty much almost double the Flying Iron Mark 9 that's out there at the moment. And not gonna lie, it doesn't look like it's twice the aircraft for twice the money. Like, look, don't get me wrong. Look, Airplane Heaven do some great work, and I personally, as I said, I can't speak for it. I haven't flown this one directly myself, but looking at the price and looking at this, I'm going, is it twice the aircraft? Is it twice the money, twice the aircraft? I'm not 100% sure. But it is definitely a different mark for Spitfire. So look, I guess it is up to you as the user whether you want to sort of look at that one. But as I said, it still looks pretty good. A couple of things did catch my eye with some of the deltas in the PBR. Sort of definitely looking at when I was looking at some of the images of it, how it didn't quite flow right. But again, the interior modeling looks absolutely incredible. So. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it is going to be up to you, the buyer, to pick it up. But as I said, if you do want to pick this one up, available for $33 or your original equivalent, available from Airplane Heaven or your favorite flight sim retailer, available now. Sticking with a pretty good UK theme here, but moving into airport releases, this week from developer Burning Blue Design, we saw the release of their rendition of Andrews Field Aerodrome in the United Kingdom. So this was a airfield built in during the Second World War, originally for United States Army Air Force operators, squadrons, and then would continue being used as a Royal Air Force station after post-war as well, before moving into private hands. So this is a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears in 2021, including over 70 custom 3D objects for the airport and bridge and surrounding areas, with custom high-resolution color-corrected ground imagery taken from the area and overlaid and blended with the stock MSFS content as well. Includes a variety of custom materials, and including hangar starts and a custom Dassault Mystère 4 that sits on the airfield as well. Includes updated AI pattern procedures as well, and up-to-date accurate taxiway placements as well. And you can pick this one up for $12 or your original equivalent, available now from Burning Blue Designs. Continuing on with airport releases, this time from Orbix. So this week, the release of their rendition of Stockholm Bromma Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this gives a highly detailed 4K depiction of the airport with 4K textures, with full PBR modeling, PBR texturing used throughout, with a custom layout of the airport as it appears in 2021. With all major airport buildings covered, along with a update of Stockholm City as well, with over 100 custom POIs included for the city as well. Custom sloped runways included for the airport as well, along with all airport buildings covered. And this comes in for $17 or your original equivalent, available now from Orbix Direct. In another release from Orbix Direct, saw this week the release of an interesting little release here, a freeware release entitled the Brisbane River Run for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this is very much building on the upcoming Reno expansion that's, of course, is coming out from Microsoft Flight Simulator, by laying out a sort of a challenge, a racetrack along the Brisbane River. Now, although so obviously this is obviously designed to sort of help them cross-sell the recently released version of Brisbane Airport and the Brisbane City Landmarks pack, but it is not required for you to have those packs in order to be able to have this freeware scenery, which is a cool little, which is a nice little feature of that. But of course, obviously they do say it will enhance your experience. Now, this gives you a number of pylons and sort of various different tracks to be able to cross through the Brisbane River. With custom night lighting as well as daytime lighting as well. The team has also hinted that they are planning on implementing track time leaderboards and more with custom races as well, which I'm guessing will be released as part of the Reno pack as well. So that's really exciting, because what that actually hints at as well is that means that the APIs for things like not only the upcoming races, but the API for things like landing challenges may be about to be unlocked for third-party developers as well, so they can feed into having global sort of leaderboards as well, which is that part is actually I think it's been missed by a lot of people, but that's really exciting that that's going to be available to third-party developers as well. So looking forward to that. But if you do want to add this new little race course to your sim experience, you can pick this one up for free from Orbix Direct, available now. Moving out of Microsoft Flight Simulator, moving into some of the other sims, moving into the world of X-Plane 11. This time from firstly starting off with developer Phyllis with their release of their rendition of the Boeing 747-200 Classic of the Queen of the Skies. So this detailed rendition gives accurate detailed systems, including custom flow electric systems, custom fuel system, custom fire detection system, pneumatic systems, pressurizations, and a custom navigation system, including the old school SIVA INS system as well, which is an absolute nightmare to run, but of course was how many airliners flew for long before the days of GPS. Includes custom high detailed modeling, both internally and externally, with a custom FMOD sound system with with the sound system engines sounds being done by Turbine Sound Studios as well. Includes custom auto throttle modeling, custom PBR text trees with a variety of historic liveries for most of the known airlines that use the 747-200, along with custom CDU modeling and a full support for electronic flight bag included as well. At the moment, they have said that at launch it is not VR compliant, but they are going to be implementing VR support in the future, along with smart Copilot profiles and an LTN 92 nav system in the future as well. But you can pick this one up for $70 or your original equivalent, available now from xplane.org. Continue on with X-Plane releases, this time for airports. Developer Aerosoft saw this week their release of their rendition of Ben Gurion Airport in Israel for X-Plane 11. So this gives a look. Okay, so this is interesting. So by just reading through the description and looking at the screenshots for this is a straight port of their prepared version, which was a port in of itself of their FSX release of this airport. Look, normally I don't have a problem with port overs. Like we talked about port overs earlier today, like with Airplane Heaven and their Spitfires. So it's not an issue as long as it's done properly. My concern, though, is the fact that it looks like it is a port which dates this now probably about 3 to 5 years old now. That would make this. And while it does use custom animated jetway models using the same plugin, the thing that really concerns me is the fact that it says AI traffic is not supported. So look, it might be a small thing, but for me, the fact that it says that the AI traffic is not supported at all, that's a huge red flag for me. So port over, no mention of PBR, no mention, and from looking at the screenshots, it doesn't look like PBR was being implemented. The fact that you're not supporting AI traffic, and it just I've got to question it. So look, up to you. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it also doesn't look great either. A couple of the images of the underlying photoreal imagery doesn't look great. So, but again, I guess look, X-Plane 11 is not my main sim. I use it for very specific, for a very specific use case. So, up to you, buyer beware. But if you want to pick this one up for $25 or your original equivalent, available from Aerosoft or your favorite flight sim retailer, available now. Continuing on with airport releases this week from a developer Boundless. So this week their release of their rendition of Gloucestershire Airport in the UK, which is apparently UK's busiest GA airport. And this brings to life the airport as it appears at the end of 2020, including up-to-date HD ortho imagery with 25cm pixel resolution, 4K PBR ground textures, and 4K PBR building textures used throughout. All airport buildings are modelled and placed in their correct positions, with custom 3D trees and vegetation used throughout. It also includes a detailed rendition of the nearby business park, which is of course important for the approach, a variety of custom HD PBR static aircraft, and custom open hangars as well, designed to be fully designed to work with both default scenery, custom ortho imagery, and Orbix True Earth GB as well. And you pick this one up for $15 or your original equivalent, available now from Boundless Sims. All right, continuing on with X-Plane 11 releases, this time from developer Biological Nanobot. That's an interesting username. Anyway, saw this week the release of Enhanced Skyscapes for X-Plane 11. So this is a visual update for the sky, for default sky and cloud textures, by providing realistic procedural shader-based sky and fully volumetric clouds. Designed to work be fully compatible with off-the-shelf weather injection add-ons, including Active Sky X-Plane and FS Global Real Weather. Look, there's not a great deal of info about it, but visually it looks pretty damn good. I'll give it that. I definitely do this for that. But the thing that and $15, not a bad, not a bad investment as well, considering the equivalent product for Prepared is a lot more expensive than that from Rex. But the thing that I really want to promote about this one though is that these guys are offering a free time limited demo. So if you're not sure if this product is for you, you can give it a crack. You can give it a try for 20 minutes, fully fledged demo for 20 minutes to see if it works for you. If it works for you, then you can go and buy it. If not, then you haven't lost any money, and that's something that more developers I think need to do. The quick note though, they do stress that although their system is working and everything's working, is great, it is not compatible with VR. So no information, like I said, the description is very, very brief. No information or not whether or not they're going to support VR in the future. But yeah, if you are a non-VR flyer, this will work for you. If you are a VR flyer, you are going to need to avoid this add-on. But if you want to give it a crack, as I said, free demo available or full purchase price $15 or original equivalent available from the Threshold store. Moving into the combat flight simulation world now this week with the world of DCS. So this week the release of the Mosquito Fighter Bomber Mark 6 into early access. So the Wooden Wonder, as the Mosquito was known throughout its history. So it served the Air Forces of the UK with the Royal Air Force, also Canadian, Australian, and United States forces during the Second World War. It is an amazingly versatile aircraft, and this particular rendition comes to us with a twin Merlin 25 engines, with a full complement of early access armament of 4 Browning 303 machine guns, 4 Hispano Mark II 20mm cannons, and options of 25 or 250-pound or 500-pound bombs as well. Including custom high-quality 3D external and internal models, full custom flight dynamics with custom research and pilot feedback, with a full fuel and electrical system and hydraulic system modeling as well. But as I said, this is an early access. There is more stuff coming into the future. Not much detail about what the roadmap is for the future, but yes, apparently there is more coming in the future. Now you can pick this one up normally for $60, currently on a early access special for $48, or your original equivalent, available now from DCS Store. Moving out of the flight simulation world and moving into the world of the permanent way now. So Train Simulator saw their latest release this week of their Salzburg-Wels route add-on. So adding into the Austrian hills and Austrian mountains here with a train line dating back to the 1850s. But this is more of their more modern rendition of this one. So this includes 100 kilometers of train route going from Salzburg to Wels, includes the OBB 1016 electric locomotive, 28 highly detailed train stations, and with a variety of intercity and local passenger train and freight services available, along with 6 career scenarios as well. And you can pick this one up for $40 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And finally, rounding out the NovaWrap this week from the original developers of Kerbal Space Program before they got shafted. So it comes to us their latest simulator with the release of a balsa model flight simulator into early access. So I look, this one, this just looks cool. So for anybody who's ever built any sort of whether you've built balsa wood airplanes or remote control airplanes as a youth or as an older youth, then this is going to be a really fun looking sim without the expense of when you wreck them in real life. So you can very much tell the influence of Kerbal Space Program, the fact that this is KSP devs in the way that you put your parts together. They're all sort of procedurally generated parts, or you sort of take from a selection of parts from stock parts, and then you can add in various procedural elements to them as well. And it is just really, really kind of crazy, because I was that guy that I got Kerbal Space Program, a program about a game about building space rockets, and tried to make aeroplanes out of it. So for me, I can see myself playing this. I really, really can. So this looks really, really cool. Look, it is an early access title. It is a fully functional sim at the moment, and but they do have additional game modes, including multiplayer, planned for the future as well, along with a variety of additional parts, including helicopters, rockets, cars, and anything else that, in their words, moves and or makes noise. So a lot of cool stuff coming for this one, but already fully fledged as it is. But you can kickstart your balsa wood flight simulation journey right now for $18 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Right, quick promo as we finish up here, folks. So next weekend on the 25th of September, on Saturday the 25th of September, I will be doing my first ever streamathon. So we are going to be kickstarting the efforts at 1100 Zulu or 2100 Australian Eastern Standard Time with 8 hours on the clock. And the challenge is going to be, can you, the community, get me to fly for 24 hours? That is the clock that's going to be on. That is the clock that's going to be there, and the challenge that is laid upon the community. We are going to be exploring the world as we do through Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're going to be having some special guests on. We're going to be having some cool giveaways as well. We've got support from Just Flight. We've got support from Orbix, Big Radials, Iris Simulations, and Microsoft will be giving away prizes throughout the stream. So I look forward to seeing you there. Hope to be sharing the skies with you there as well. Just can't wait for it. As a result, also, there will be no NovaWrap next weekend at all because I will potentially be flying for that entire time, or at the least I'll be very tired. So yeah, there will be no NovaWrap this next week. So enjoy this episode. All right, folks, that now rounds that over it for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos and like to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter and on Twitch. Just search NovaWrap24. All right, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.